Today I'm going to review Abacus CodeLLM, which is part of Abacus $10 a month subscription. I've already reviewed Abacus platform in a previous video if you want to check it out, but briefly, Abacus is a platform that gives you access to all AI models from pretty much every company with engines for generating text, images, videos. It also allows you to build your own AI agents using their platform. The Code LLM is the AI coding tool that's part of this subscription. Today I'm going to discuss its features, pricing, do a quick demo, and give you my recommendations after using it for over 6 months. CodeLLM is a separate download. To download it, you need to log into Abacus AI portal. On the left, you'll see this option called LLM. Once you click on it, you will be prompted to download the editor. It's a cross-platform editor available for Mac, Linux, and Windows. I have already it installed on my Windows laptop. So this is the interface for CodeLLM. It is a customized version of Visual Studio Code. If you are familiar with Visual Studio Code, you'll be familiar with this tool because it's pretty much the same. All the menus, everything is the same. You can use the same extensions you use in Visual Studio Code. There is an extra menu here at the top, Code LLM. The first time you launch Code LLM, it will prompt you to log in. That will take you to Abacus portal where you can log in. After that, it will just remember you, so you will not be prompted to log in again. The most useful option here is the create rule. It will basically allow you to create rules for your code. You can add your instructions, coding standard, whatever instructions you want to give to the model when generating code for you. To the right, we have two panes, chat, where you can chat to your model, ask questions about your code. The most useful feature is agent. This feature will allow you to generate apps from beginning to end. It will interact with your environment, be able to create files. The demo I'm going to do today is a to-do demo. I'm going to do the back end using C# and the front end using Angular. So I've already have a prompt. I'll just paste it here. A quick look at the prompt is basically a to-do app with Angular and C#. I need to be able to add tasks, view tasks, mark them as completed or delete them. I'm going to use Sonnet 4. If you click on this list, you will see the available models that you can use. Most of the time, I just stick to one of Claude Sonnet models. They are the best for coding. I've tried before using Gemini 2.5 Pro. Wasn't really very happy with the result, so I just stick to one of the Sonnet models. This list keeps changing. Sometimes I see DeepSeek there, sometimes they remove it. I don't know the reason for that. So I'm using the latest Sonnet 0.4. I'm going to send the message and we can see the output here. So this is the implementation plan that it is generating. It's going to start with the back end and then the front end. One thing I'd like to say, you'll be prompted to accept files. So each time it will create a file, it will basically prompt you to accept or reject the file. At this point, I will not touch anything. I wouldn't accept or reject anything because I'm generating here a whole application from beginning to end. It's going to be generating lots of files. I would just leave it work until the end. And once it has finished, then I'll accept all files, try to compile and run the application. And at that point, I can start tweaking it and making modifications. And basically, if there is any problem, ask the model to fix it for me. If you start to accept or reject files here before it finishes, it will basically not work. You will have lots of issues. So I will leave it. It will usually take 4 or 5 minutes to generate this application. So I'll stop recording now and come back in a few minutes once it has finished. Okay, I compiled both now, the front end and back end. There was no compilation errors at all. I'm really very happy with the structure of the application. The model generated 3 README files, one for the whole app, one for the back end, one for the front end with detailed instructions. I'm happy with the structure of the projects it created. The only issue I had was with running the web API, something related to the deployment port on HTTPS. I asked the model to fix it. All is good. Really happy with the code generated. It took it under 5 minutes. Now let me jump into the app itself, run it, and basically show it to you. So this is the to-do app. Let's try to add a new task here. Build AI bot. add this task. It was added. I can see I have 2 active tasks and 2 completed ones. Let me complete the AI bot task. It is under completed now. Let me delete it. It deleted it. So the application is fully functioning, no issues at all. At the moment, it's saved to the entity framework in memory database, but changing that to save into a real database is just a matter of changing the connection string in program.cs. It also generated a comprehensive Swagger API documentation for me. Generally speaking, I'm very happy. It generated this app in under 5 minutes, both back end and front end. Now, how does Code LLM compare to other AI tools on the market? Cursor is definitely faster, more polished, more powerful, but at the same time, it costs twice the price. And after a certain amount of usage, you get slowed down because you don't have access to more premium requests. Now, Code LLM gets all the basics right. It is very cheap compared to other AI coding tools. It's part of your subscription, so you don't have to pay separately for it. And what people forget is all these tools are wrappers around the model. So the output and the results you get are as good as the model you use. Abacus gives you access to all the models. It gives you access to the best models, which are Claude Sonnet. But if you want to use other models like Grok, Google Gemini, like DeepSeek, you can use them as well. It basically interacts with the model and manages the context and apply the changes and the instructions of the model to your code. This is what all tools do. Some tools are, as I said, more polished than others, but I think Code LLM get all the basics right. Now, one thing to consider is your subscription give you access to 20,000 credit a month. That translates to around 100 to 140 million tokens a month. If you are a heavy user and you use Code LLM 8 hours a day, then obviously you will run out of credits very quickly, especially if you use the premium models like Claude Sonnet 4 and 3.7. Some of the open source models do not use any credits at all. You never run out of credit when using these. If you use Claude Sonnet, as I said, it's very expensive. It costs Abacus money, so you will run very quickly out of credit. Now, the good thing about Abacus is you can add other users to your subscription. And what that means, let's say my subscription has 2 users in them, I get 40,000 credits. If they don't use their credit, I can still use it because the pool of credit is available to all team members in the subscription. Pay once, only $10 a month, and you get access to everything, including this AI coding tool. You can, of course, bring your own API keys for the models you want to use, but I personally don't think it's a very cost-effective way of using Code LLM. The other feature I'd like to show you using the Abacus platform is you can build your own custom bots and you can customize them. I think they are going to add a new feature, which is AI workflow as well in the future. It's still in beta, but basically they are trying to be the platform where you can do anything and everything using their own platform. For example, they've got this feature, which is agents platform. So with this agent platform, you can create a model with your custom instructions and you can deploy it to their platform. They expose these models via REST API. So basically, if you have an external system, you can call into these models to get a response from them. The only thing is, this is not part of the subscription. You have to enable API metering, which basically costs like $15 for each 1 million tokens, something like that. So what is my recommendation? My recommendation is Abacus AI is a good way to get into AI coding tools and into using basically any AI model you want to use. I'm going to include an affiliate link in the description of the video if you want to try it out.